I sound like Luther Vandross in the shower. Now, I want to start making more videos about power, because I think I see angles that a lot of people are missing, and I just like to contribute. Now, I missed out about making a video about all the episodes this season, so we're just gonna kind of gloss over everything and mainly cover episode 4 for this video. Now, the scene opens up with the women of power, because the women are an essential role to the story. They help move the story along, and they have their own developing storylines. And it opens up with the pretty much the two most important women of power, which is Angela and Tasha, both of them dressing. And it's interesting because before, we would see Ghost with Tasha, and now he's with Angela. And then right after that, we also go to Holly. Tommy's screwing Holly, but the scene is more so focused on Holly. We know Holly is pregnant. Her storyline helps move the general story along. So the first 3 scenes, or the first 2 scenes, are on these women. And then we also know Jukebox. She's another woman that's going to be added to the story. A very powerful character, and I'm glad we have her. The title of the episode was "Don't Worry, Baby." Applying that to the 4 women, I think Tasha is going to be set up as kind of like a saving grace. I think she's going to be one of the people that kind of brings things together. They're setting her up like that, whereas before, her and Ghost, it was just a hailstorm. And a lot of times it seemed like she was messing things up too. This season, we see her handling things a lot different. She made a real game move by accepting Ghost's decision to be with Angela, allowing the children to go over there. That was a real boss move from Tasha as a woman. I showed a lot of class. So, applying, the title to Tasha, I think with her it's more genuine, and then you have the situation with Angela, who's not really telling Ghost what's going on and what's up. She finds out Ruiz is ready to testify, and she's reluctant to really, risk her job and go in. There's things on the line. There's definitely things on the line with her and Ghost, and that's very interesting. You have Jukebox, who's more like a sister. It's not a relationship far as, boyfriend, girlfriend. It's more of a sister brother with 50, but it's another don't worry. We see the women kind of guiding the men, or in these situations with the men, this episode. And really, in a lot of ways, that's what power is about. It's about relationships as well as anything else. And then we have the scene, we have the scenario where it really applies, which is to Holly, which is more of a deceptive don't worry baby, because she's going to mess things up even more. So you look at Holly and Tasha as like polar opposites of each other. And in regards to the women of power, I kind of look forward to seeing Tasha and Jukebox kind of clash at some point, So, and then you also got the new lady, I can't think of her name. Forgive me, y'all. And she's like a female Stern, but somewhat on a positive light. But we got to see though, because Ghost's high profile security said, I need to talk to you about her, right? So that's going to be interesting. But she also reminds me, Karen Bass, that's her name, Karen Bass. She reminds me of the other woman from season 1. I can't think of her name, and I'm not going to. Who was who Ghost was trying to go in business with as far as the clubs, and that got ruined when there was an attempt on his life, and then the club had to be shut down season 1. So Karen Bass, I think she kind of models her, and she's just another figure in that world, and it's interesting how power parallels the different worlds, the criminal world to the legit world, which is almost just as crooked. One thing about this episode was the "Don't worry, baby." You apply it to all 4 of the women and their relationships to the men. In Angela's case, there is a cause to be worried. Holly, don't trust her phrase in that sense. Don't worry. I believe Tasha, I believe that's a overarching plot point. She's going to be the one to tie everything together, actually. Her "don't worry" kind of comes early on in the season when she says, "We're family and family is forever." And then Jukebox, it's like more so with 50. Don't worry. You need to plan this shit out, nigga. So look at the "don't worry" and apply it to all 4 women to see how it relates to them in relationship to the men they're dealing with.